Benson is no stranger to the multiverse concept. As dating all the way back to the classic series, we were seeing alternate versions of Ben and Gwen on a regular. The multiverse became such an integral part of the franchise, with the fourth installment, Omniverse, would title itself after the concept. This all gave us a chance to see many different dimensions and meet many different Bens, which all had a big impact on the fandom. So I figured, why not rank all these different Bens we've seen throughout the franchise on a... What do you think we're putting these guys on? You'd be correct if you said a tier list, baby. Yeah, it's S through D. We're gonna rank some alternate Bens today. I don't need to explain to you all how a tier list works. Obviously, I've done a video like this before ranking on the aliens. It's basically gonna be the same thing as I'm just gonna rank these guys based on how much I enjoyed them and just my own personal opinions about them. So yes, this is an opinionated list. Don't come in the comments saying I'm wrong about this guy's better than this. If you feel that way, that's great. But these are my opinions, not facts, alright? Unless I state it in the Bible or some shit. I don't have that type of holding power over the Benton community yet. So everything I say is still opinion. Before we get into the tier list, I do want to say thank you all for helping me reach 1,000 subscribers. Clap it up. Man, can we get some claps in the chat? I've been saying shout out because I've been streaming. Now, before I get to ranking, I do have one more thing to do. Me personally, there are 3 odd men out on this tier list because I don't consider Ken, Spanner, and Albedo to be alternate Bens. But for the sake of just tier listing, just because they're here, I'm gonna give my opinion on them. But I just don't think they count, as Albedo is a Galvan. Obviously, his DNA was just altered in a way that just made him look like Ben. And Ken and Spanner are the same person, in which they are Ben's son. That doesn't make him an alternate version of Ben. But for ranking purposes, Spanner's a B. I don't mind Spanner. I don't have too many strong opinions on Spanner. He's cool. He really just looks cool to me. I'm not gonna lie. He really just looks really fucking cool. Ken and me also get to B. I love Ken's character. His debut appearance in his own episode, and the few times we do see him in Omniverse. I think if the future of Ben 10K was explored more in his own timeline, I think Ken could have been a really, really important piece to the franchise, and overall could have made him an S tier character. But we didn't get that. And Albedo was an easy S tier. He's like one of the best villains in the franchise, bro. If you don't have Albedo in S or A, even A is like stretching it. He should be S on every single list he's on some real shit. But like I said, they're gonna go in not an alternate Ben tier list because they're not alternate Bens. Our first alternate Ben is gonna contradict what I just said about these 3. Because Gwen is not an alternate Ben either, but I'm going to let it slide because she's from another dimension. While I don't have any strong feelings about Gwen either, when I was younger, I didn't really like the Gwen 10 episode in the classic. It felt like real that Ben had to keep his memories and relive the scenario of him getting the Omniverse again, but it goes to Gwen. And I don't want to say that Ben hates her. Just imagine having to relive, or have memories of you being a superhero, having these awesome powers, keeping memory of that. And then you're in a dimension where none of it happens. Like, it happened, but now it hasn't happened to you. The 10 episode always like irked me a bit on that side. I think it's bogus that it made him remember. But Gwen 10 as a character, I think I'm gonna give her an A. I really like the fact that they make it known in some instances that Gwen is more skilled with the Omnitrix than Ben, even though it is like another kind of diss to Ben. But I just think it also just makes sense. I like that she's off rip, comes off more like experience, more just, seasoned when she just puts it on. And in Omniverse, they give her a unique color scheme with both her shirt and her Omnitrix and her aliens. I think Classic did the same thing too. But they didn't have that pink look that she has in Omniverse. Either way, both Classic and Omniverse give her a unique look that I personally enjoy for Gwen's aliens, especially her Wild Vine transformation. I think that shit is so fire, dude. Her Wild Vine transformation is super gas. So she'll get an A. Gwen 10 gets an A. I don't mind her. Reboot Ben 10K. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I have never rewatched any of the reboot specials. So it's going to be hard for me to grade him, especially because Alien Extinction I watched in full, and then I just like watch clips of it. So it's going to be hard for me to grade them. Wow, guys, Ben 10 YouTuber doesn't watch all of Ben 10. Reboot Ben, though, I remember not being that fond of him, to be honest with you, from when I synced his episode. So just from that, I'm going to give him a C. I'm gonna give him C because I really just do like that he's in the show. I don't remember much about him because, like I said, I only watched this episode once, and I really didn't expect any blue characters to be on here. So he'll just get a C. We'll pass him along at a C because from what I remember, he wasn't really that bad. To me, to get a D as an alternate Ben, you really have to just be either super annoying or just like nothing. Like I see a few on here who's gonna get. I think there's really only like one who will get a D, maybe two. Reboot Ben Benson K rounds out at a C, and Reboot Ben himself will also, this might be controversial, but honestly, I think Reboot Ben might get a B. The reason I give Reboot Ben a B before everybody brings their pitchforks out and shit, Reboot Ben, as characterized, a lot of his characterization is taken after classic series Ben, with a few tweaks here, right? One of them being the fact that he gets along with Gwen, and that's something I really, really prefer from the reboot. Just the fact that Ben and Gwen aren't 24/7 bickering, and I love that there's an easier path there to tell that they actually do care for each other. Than in classic, you get the little bits and pieces where they show they do, and then after that next episode, just bickering. I like that Reboot Ben gets along with his cousin. Besides that, he is not that annoying, honestly. The worst part about Reboot Ben is probably his outfit. The little swoop with the 10, that shit is butt. I don't like his outfit at all. I don't like his design. But characterization, he's literally just classic Ben, and he's nicer to Gwen. He's probably not as cocky or as, I don't want to say irritated, because classic Ben is an irritant, but doesn't it doesn't demonize his character. It doesn't demote him for me. But yeah, that's Reboot Ben gets a B. I don't think he's that bad. Ben 23 will get an S tier, right? Out of all the out of all the Omniverse alternate Bens we see, he gets the most time to shine. He has 4 appearances. His debut, the 2-parter, and technically 5 because the second time he shows up a 2-parter. He has 5 appearances. He appears in a 2-part twice, and in his own episode. So we get a lot of time with Ben 23, and I think it's for the best. He is meant to be annoying, essentially. He's like a parody of the social, like the teen celebrity type shit. So he's very flamboyant, he's very arrogant, more arrogant than Ben. The character is designed to like really like annoy you until you like warm up to him, because him and Prime Ben have like this mentor mentee, this big brother little brother dynamic. So I really enjoy that. He also has a really cool color scheme as well. A lot of his Sasquatch with the blue and yellow is ugly, but majority of his forms like Lightning Bolt, Lightning Bolt has such a cool color scheme. His gold and blue color scheme is so fire to me, especially when you look at the Omnitrix. It's all just masterful. Yeah, Ben 23 is an S tier. Next, we have No Watch Ben. Now, No Watch Ben is a tough one for me because really just Prime Ben, just with no flavor, if you get what I'm saying. Like, his characteristic is not having an Omnitrix to me, and that's so boring. Like, but it's hard to say he's bad because he is just Prime Ben, just without the Omnitrix. And since he doesn't have the Omnitrix, he's also not as like arrogant and shit. So he's just a guy, he's just Ben. Like the whole Batman man thing. Take the 10 from Ben, he's just Ben. He might just go C because he's just mid. He's not bad. He's not anything special, literally. That's like his whole character, not anything special. Even when he gets the Omnitrix, he still doesn't become anything special. Now, Watch Ben is cool, but like, if you really like strip him down, pause, and really look at his character, he isn't shit really. So he gets a C. Next, we have Race Against Time Ben. I do not like the live action movies. I should probably do a video on them. I think that would be fun. Cause I'm watching Race Against Time or Alien Swarm like years after they debuted, so I don't remember. I don't. But Race Against Time Ben, from what I can remember, to me, he's just an extension of classic Ben, so he's not that much different. And the differences are just going to come from how he was portrayed by Graham Phillips, I think that's his name, who also is Harry in Spider-Man, so that's cool. I'm going to also just give him a C, because I don't remember his acting being that good, and Race Against Time is not good either. So you're just trying to ride on a C, pal. Mad Ben gets an S. Similar to Ben 23, he is an alternate Ben we get the second most amount of time with, and he has his own 2-parter. Of course, he shows up in the other 2-parter. His design scheme, his color, when he turns into aliens, they get the whole Mad Max aesthetics too, which makes for some of the rawest alien designs ever, bro. Diamond Head, Mad Diamond Head is probably the best looking Diamond Head like design like in the entire franchise, bro. Mad Ben is fucking peak, bro. Episode is good. His Omnitrix is cool. His aliens are cool. His design is cool. His world is pretty goddamn cool. The whole Mad Max thing really works for him. Next we have Bad Ben. This is where we get into those middle of the pack kind of like they were just there alternates, the ones that just show up in the two-parter and poof. I like Bad Ben. His aesthetic is cool. The way he was taunting No Watch Ben is pretty cool. We see a little bit of his personality. But honestly, shout out that one Twitter user, the guy who runs Benton News. I'm sorry, Ethan. I know your name is Ethan. I'm probably gonna flash your account up screen, and maybe some of the art I'm gonna DM them. Maybe they'll let me use it in the video. But majority of like Bad Ben is honestly coming from like their art of expanding his universe. So honestly, Bad Ben will probably get a B. He's not A tier worthy because he doesn't have that much material to make him A tier worthy. Like some of these Bens that don't have that much time to shine could get an A tier just based on looks. But Bad Ben he's just the Smash Bros evil palette swap of Ben. Like literally, he wears the same outfit, same looking Omnitrix. His colors are just muted, so he'll just get a B. Next we have Ben Zaro. The nigga's ugly as hell. I like that he's the most different. I don't really rock with his color scheme. I do think it's funny how he only uses Nerd Transl aliens, and I think this is another Ben who we could have seen pop up. I can't remember if the Galactic Monsters event happened before or after the two-parter. If it happened after, it's a big missed opportunity to not let this guy show up because he is clearly inspired by the whole Nerd Transl thing. Whatever happened to him, he could have fit in that arc. His design is, while it's cool, and his watch is unique where it's like on his shoulder and he like slaps it with his fucking head. I think he's the most interesting, but even though he's the most interesting, I still have no attachment to him. So he will also, I don't want to put him in D. That'd be crazy. I think he'll get a C. Next we have Nega Ben. I think a lot of the community I think enjoys Nega Ben just because he's the emo Ben. You know, his hoodie looks cool, and I think he has a few speaking lines. For me personally, Nega Ben is, and he ain't really shit, bro. Honestly, he might get a D. He doesn't do anything. Like, at least with Bad Ben, we've seen some characteristics. But Nega Ben, yeah, he's nothing special at all to me. Yeah, he just looks like cool. And majority of it just because his hoodie and he has like the hair down. We don't even see his Omnitrix either, so I can't even say like his color scheme or his Omnitrix is cool. Evil Ben from Alien Extinction is an interesting one. I really think it's cool how he wanted to make every other Ben suffer because he suffered. Like the premise of an evil Ben when it's actually an evil Ben, not some shit like Eon, who we're gonna get to. As where he'll place, I think he'll place C. You don't find out it's an evil Ben until like the end of the episode. You don't see that much characterization until they beat him and unmask the nigga like a Scooby-Doo villain. So we'll get a C. The Prime Bens, classic Prime Ben, will get a B. Ooh, where does he? I'll give him an A. Actually, I'll give Classic Ben an A. He is very fucking annoying. Like Jesus, like rewatching Classic, bro. This Ben is an asshole, bro. Like on some real shit, he's a fucking asshole. Him being an asshole, to me, it doesn't really like hurt the show or his character because he's a fucking 10-year-old. So I kind of like understand it. In most cases, he can be a little OD with it. I just like that his character is consistent. His moments of heroism are consistent. He has a lot of great moments in general. Now, if Ultimate Alien wasn't clumped up with Alien Force Ben, I would honestly give Alien Force Ben an S. Alien Force Ben is, from season 1 to season 2 at least, the best stretch of Ben we get. But since it's grouped up with Ultimate Alien, since we have like some good Ben in there and like parts of a good Ben, Ultimate Alien Ben is my least favorite, to be 100% with you. So I think it's a round amount at a B. Ben in season 3 and Ultimate Alien still has great moments of character. Overall as a character, I just don't like it, honestly. So that's gonna put him at a B. Omniverse Ben, I think, is technically the boast. He's the best of both worlds, honestly. Omniverse Ben and his cockiness is really just like, I've saved the world multiple times. But go any further than, oh, I'm gonna send my alternate clones to Julie's tennis game. Like, yeah, guys, you can see I hate my girlfriend. And he also has a lot of higher highs, even versus Alien Force Ben. Well, highs that compete with each other. So I'm gonna give Omniverse Ben an A. I think Omniverse Ben is the closest we get to a consistent version of Ben. His character is consistent majority of the time, and that's all you can ask for. So he gets an A. Eon servants, a D. They're just ninja time walkers who just look like Ben. This is hard because ranking Eon as an alternate Ben, nigga gets a D. I don't like that they made him an alternate Ben. It's so stupid to me. He should have just stayed a Cronian. He should have just kept his race against time lower, and he would have been fine. Making him an alternate Ben is probably one of the most forced things the franchise has done. I'm conflicted on if I rank him as a villain, because as a villain, he's not that bad, actually. I like Eon. I like Eon, his appearances and his beef with Paradox. But as an alternate Ben, bro, I don't know. I don't like that concept. The best way I could see to handle this is to just put him at C, because while I hate him being an alternate Ben, he's still a good villain. I don't think it warrants him to be a D. Now we're on to the Ben 10Ks. I'm going to put these guys in order too. Just move classic Ben 10K along. Classic Ben 10K gets an easy S tier, bro. Easy S tier. He is the pinnacle of Ben 10Ks. His first appearance and his second. First appearance where he learns that he needs to go Ben, and his second where he just a seasoned pro at what he does. I like seeing Ben in that element where he just like stupidly locked in, bro. It's so fun to see. I probably said bro like 20 times this video. Let me choose some different words, bro. I just said bro again, okay? If we ever do get a show, I need them to take keys and elements from this version of Ben 10K. No one else, because he's the best one. Easy. Ultimate Ben, I don't rock with you at all, brother. I think his characterization is fine. It's passable. It doesn't really piss me off. My biggest complaint is just his powers. Having the Alien Force Omnitrix doesn't make too much sense to me. It's weird, especially because he goes ultimate and shit. Like, it doesn't really make sense to me. What also doesn't make sense to me is why he uses his powers and doesn't transform. If you don't want to go full alien, like, just go half alien. It'll just be aesthetically pleasing, and the most different he gets when he transforms. I see him turn into humongous when he grows, and that's fucking it. And that's so lame to me, bro. So honestly, he gets a C too, bro. He gets a C, honestly. Ultimate Ben to me was such a fumble of a concept, and I don't really like it. He's at least good in characterization. Like I said, his powers are a fumble. They don't rock with me. They kill it. Finally, we have Ben 10K from Omniverse. I think he is a good middle ground for these two Ben 10Ks. I hate his fusion power. I don't want, well, hate is a strong word. I definitely like him more than the Ultimate Ben thing. But his concept of fusion is the same reason why I don't like Skurd, if you watch that video. And the fact that he never uses a single alien by himself either, kind of weird. The whole fusion gimmick to me, I think it's fine when it's an accident. I like when it was just like a thing that happened on accident, like something special. But him turning it into an entire like arsenal of aliens, and the ones we see aren't even that special. Like the best ones are like Uprig, and maybe Atomic X. So with that being said, I think I'll give Omniverse Ben 10K a B. His powers, not a big fan of, but his characterization is passable. It's like a step under Classic's characterization. It's not bad, but it's definitely not as good. That'll round him out at a B, and that rounds out this list. And that is my tier list of alternate Bens. The link to the tier list will be down in the description if you want to make your own tier list. And you can go ahead and at me at DanBoy1 or send it to me. I would love to see what you all think about this tier list and what your own would look like. That being said, that has been this video. Thank you all for watching once again. Thank you all for 1,000 subscribers. And if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Turn noties on. Check me out on Twitch. I'm trying to become a Twitch affiliate. I'm streaming every other day, basically. Seeing him for the first time. But besides that, this episode's in shit. It's boring. It's boring as fuck. If I make it to 50 followers, I will be playing both Reboot games on stream. So like I said, go and follow. With that being said, I will catch you on the next one. It has been Dan, the Boy Wonder, signing out. Peace.